welcome to a Get Ready With Me. Using some actually new, which I didn't even really realize, but recently I've accumulated, well, I always have a stack of palettes waiting to try, but I have some new things that are very exciting and shocking to everyone, but probably me the most. Unearthly Cosmetics sent me some things, so I'm going to try some of those things out as well, namely the Low Light Highlighting Palette. I'm going to use this on my cheeks and eyes, I think, today. Anywho, let's just get into it. And if I sound like I have a cold, it's because I have a cold. I'm going to start with the L'Oreal Infallible Mattifying Primer. I'm a little bit sweaty because I just got done some vigorous cleaning. And I feel like cleaning always makes me sweaty. Anyone else? And then I'm going to take the e.l.f. Mint Melt Cooling Primer. I wanted to get the e.l.f. Gripping Primer, but I don't know if anyone else's pharmacies that are near them are like this, but I think it's just the area that I live in, but it's always so picked over. I went the other week, and I think it was the day that they restocked, and everything was in stock, and it was mind-boggling. And then yesterday I had to go for something, and then I was looking at the e.l.f. thing to see if they had the primer, and it was they never have anything. I mean, e.l.f., but also just all products are always just so bare. I should try to get an in or something and see when they restock. Anyway, that's not really that relevant. And then I'm going to take the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind Perfector 4-in-1 Glow Makeup in the shade Fairlight and sponge this all over my face. For foundation, I'm going to use this, which is a throwback, the Maybelline Fit Me Matte and Poreless Foundation. I have the shade Fair Porcelain, but I went to the drugstore yesterday, as I was saying, and I wanted to get a new foundation because I've used up a lot of ones that I previously had, and I wanted to get a new one. But regardless, I feel foundation is so expensive at the drugstore as well, and I know that I had this one before and liked it, and it was one of the less expensive ones there. But I was I just don't really feel like I'm in the mood to spend upwards of $25 or $20 on a foundation. I don't know. I mean, I guess that's just the way things are, but I was no, not today. So Maybelline it was. But yeah, I haven't used this in years, so I'm excited to see. It's very medium coverage, which I don't really mind. I don't need my foundations to be full coverage by any means. And it looks nice, to be honest. It doesn't have a super matte finish, even though it says it's supposed to be a matte foundation, but I don't remember it being overly mattifying anyway, but so far so good. But I feel there's only really so much you can even tell about a foundation when you first apply it anyway. Especially for me, it's all about how it wears. Brow time. Taking my really old bar of soap, getting my spoolie in there, and brushing it through my brows. I'm going to put some Summer Fridays Lip Butter Balm on, because my lips are dry. Priming with the NARS Smudge Proof eyeshadow base. Then I'm just going to take a little bit of concealer. This is just Maybelline Fit Me. And put this on the inner corners of my eyes. Then I'm taking my NYX Lift and Snatch Brow Tint Pen in the shade Auburn and filling in my brows. Okay, so let's zoom in and do some eyes. Bam. So, like I said, I think I want to use some of these shimmers from the Low Light Highlighting Palette from Unearthly that they sent me. Because obviously I can't use all of these shades on my face. I'm going to pair this with the Beauty Bay Alice in Wonderland 1951 palette. I don't know, the one with the cat on it. I don't even know if you can get this anymore. Regardless, I'm going to use this, but also I'm going, I think, to pair this with the Weirdos palette from Unearthly as well, because why not? Why not? I need a light pink and a black to pull in anyway, so might as well. So I'm gonna start with the shade He's Sorry. Run this through my crease as my transition shade. It's time to be real. If you are, keep in mind, I'm about like 3 years too late to this, and I have to credit my roommate for telling me about this like 2 years ago again, and I didn't listen to it until recently, but I'm full on obsessed now. If you are a fan of musical theater, which is, I think, a love or hate thing, so, you know, totally get that, but I love it. Anyway, if you're a musical theater fan and you haven't listened to Hadestown, it will literally change your life. I had like an out-of-body spiritual experience at work when I listened to it. It's amazing. I can't stop listening to it. And that's just what I have to say. This light pink is so nice. I have to say, although I did have go watch my Unearthly video on these palettes if you're unfamiliar, but I had an interesting experience with the brand. I really do love the way the mattes have been working. Now I'm going to take this Beauty Bay palette. I'm going to take the shade Cheshire Cat Stripe and put this in my outer corner of my crease. Ooh, I love a hot pink. I haven't used a hot pink in my crease, well, probably since my last Get Ready With Me. I'm going to try my best to angle my shadow upwards. Well, not like upwards, but just like, normally when I take it out, I take my shadow out like quite straight. And not that I don't want to do that, but I just want to kind of like angle it a little bit higher. I did a look yesterday in my 3 Looks 1 palette with the Earthy palette from Beauty Bay, where I used tape, and that obviously gave me like more of a precise shape, and it was angled up a bit more, and I just really liked the way it looked. So that's what I want to do without tape today, but try my best to kind of keep that like a little bit more angled up shape. I feel like this look is going to be like really pink, because I also have a pink blush I want to use, and I don't know if the tones are going to clash a little bit, but it'll be fine. Okay, and then this should be deep enough to deepen my crease. I'm going to take the shade Cheshire... What was that? Cheshire Cat Face. and deepen my crease with this. I can always go in with something else if it's not going to be deep enough. You know what? Based on swatching it on my finger, actually, I don't think it's going to be as deep as I want it. So, I take it back. I won't be using that. Maybe I'll use the shade Journal from the Beauty Bay Berries palette. So I don't want to layer these shades up too much because Beauty Bay shadows do layer really well, but to a point. Like, you can't layer them continuously because they are a little bit thicker, so they kind of like bunch up a little bit if you layer like too many shadows on top. Anyway, basically, I don't want to put that whole like purpley shade down and then have to go on top with another shadow because I feel like that's just asking for disaster. I haven't done a good hot pink crease like this in a while, and it's absolutely my favorite color of eyeshadow without a shadow of a doubt. Even above red, pink is everything to me, truly. And if you hear, I know, because I can hear it when I edit, my camera is making this weird like whirring sound, and it's very annoying to me. I actually thought it was my ring light, but it's my camera, and I don't quite get it. I like this camera, kind of. I like the way it looks, like the way, you know, whatever, it captures stuff, but there are a lot of other problems with it. But cameras are so expensive that I just don't want to, frankly, prioritize saving for a new one. And it's annoying that it does that. So just know that if you hear that, like, this sound, it's my camera, and I don't know how to make it stop. Okay, so why don't I swatch these little shades in from the Unearthly palette, just to see. I may use a topper or something as well, just to add the sparkle. So these are but you know what? I feel like the base isn't super deep on them. So I feel like I might be able to get away with like a good amount of these shades on my face. Yeah, so these are the 6 shades in the palette. If you can hear my washing machine, please excuse that. My camera cut off, but I'm pretty sure it didn't miss anything. Anyway, I'm just gonna take Comet and Low Light on my fingers and just intensify these on my lid. But I still am going to go in with some other shadows to go over the top. I think I'm actually going to take my Plain Jane palette from Adept, and I'm going to take AC 15. Is that right? No, that's wrong. ACI 5 and ACI 6, and I'm going to take ACI 5 and tap this over the top of this pink shade that I have on my lid, and then take ACI 6 and tap this over like the purpley pink or purpley blue kind of shade. These 2 shades are actually perfect to go over the top. And these Adept shades are just stunning. So it doesn't really change like the color at all, but it just kind of amps them up a little bit. And then I'm going to go back into the Alice in Wonderland palette, and I'm going to take this white, the shade Cheshire Cat Teeth. I like how I was like, oh, I'm going to use this palette, and I used like basically 1 shade out of it, but I'm going to use that to highlight my brow bone. Okay. And now I'm going to zoom out and do my base. I'm going to start with the NYX Bear With Me Concealer Serum in the shade Fair. I have had this for not too long, but I don't think I've used it on camera, like, actively yet. So I'm just gonna take that on my finger and put it, like, in all the areas of my face that I conceal, like, under my eyes. I actually like this concealer a lot more than I thought I was going to. I picked this up on a whim because I was in a random drugstore and I saw like one left of this shade, which is the lightest shade, and always, everywhere I go, it's always gone. Like, there are the deeper shades, but the lightest shade is always sold out. So I was like, now is my chance, because it's been getting so much hype. But I was also a little bit skeptical. I was like, is it like really that good? You know, like, how good is it? And especially because it's like a serum concealer, I was like, that doesn't really necessarily sound like something I'm gonna like love, but I am pleasantly surprised. I feel like it has really good coverage actually for being like a serum concealer, and the finish is beautiful, but it's not overly dewy though. It's like more of like a natural kind of finish, and I feel like it lasts really well, even though it is like a little bit of a lighter concealer, and I'm really into it. I'm very into it. And I feel like one kind of like pump of this does mostly my entire face. I'm having some jaw acne as usual, so I'll use a little bit extra to go over that, but I don't feel like I need to pump out a ton or anything. I don't know. I like it. I like it a lot. I do wish, I don't love this like dispensing mechanism, though. I would rather just have like a traditional concealer with like a doe foot applicator, but whatever. And then I'm going to take my trusty NARS Soft Matte Complete Concealer and go over just the really pigmented acne scars that I have. I'm going to contour with the NYX Wonder Stick. My god, every time I try to talk, something beeps or goes off or buzzes, and it's just driving me a little bit insane. Okay, I was saying, I've been making a glisten cart. Like, I've been building a palette of their water activated liners because, I don't know, I did like one, not even, it's a stretch to call it a graphic liner look. No, not graphic liner, graphic look. But I was like, maybe I should dabble. And I know that everyone, or I've seen a lot of people, I feel like everyone loves glisten, you know? It's kind of like everyone's like, it's the best I've ever tried. It's expensive though, I will say. I was building like a 9-pan palette and it's like $90 Canadian, which is expensive. Although I guess like it would probably last, especially me, a long time, but then I'm like, how much would I really use it? But I don't know, it could be also fun to just have and incorporate more graphic stuff, but then I'm like, is that just me like trying to think, convince myself? But then I'm like, is that just me trying to convince myself that I'll use it, when in reality I actually wouldn't? I don't know. Let me know if you are a graphic liner user, or like I guess graphic liner is a style, water activated liner type of thing. If you're a water activated liner user, let me know. But the thing is, like, I like the idea of it, and I like to see other people's looks, but I just don't know how much I would like realistically do it. Because in my mind is one thing, but then in practice it's another. I don't know. But maybe it would force me to use it if I had them. I don't know. Or if there are more like affordable ones. I don't know. That are out there to try. Maybe I should just do that, but I like the idea of being able to like build my own like, or choose my own colors and like a little palette. It just like feels so convenient. Anyway, I've been going back and forth on that. Likely I won't, but oh, and by the way, I'm using the e.l.f. Putty bronzer in the shade Tan Lines to bronze. I have nothing else really to talk about. I always think like maybe I should have a set, like a topic to talk about, but then I'm like, what what would I talk about? And I feel like I have a difficult time concentrating and speaking and doing my makeup, which I never really think about until I'm like sitting down and filming. And if I'm explaining what to do, it's one thing, or like explaining what I'm doing, but just talking, it's like something short circuits in my brain. Even if someone is just like talking to me as I'm doing my makeup, like my friend or something, I just cannot form words, and I like legitimately have to stop doing my makeup and respond. Is anyone else like that? I don't know. Okay, so we have this is probably to me the most exciting part of this video. I'm finally going to try the Danessa Myricks Yummy Skin Flushed Blurring Balm Powder in the shade Primadonna. Not quite the shade, like the shades kind of clash a little bit in terms of the pinks, but who cares? Not me, so that's what's important. It'll all come together in the end. Oh my god. I don't even know what they're doing outside. It's just the most annoying. Okay, so I'm gonna take a brush. Oh, this is pigmented. Okay, I'm gonna tap some of that off. Oh. It's beautiful. I am obsessed with the texture of this. It's so, okay, that was like one little dab. I mean, obviously, this is a super bright blush. Oh, gorgeous. Oh, can you see the texture? The texture on that is impeccable. It's so pretty. It's like the most beautiful skin finish. It's not dewy. It's not matte. It's just like blends into the skin. The more Danessa Myricks products I try, the more I fall in love with her brand and her products. And there's nothing that I've tried that I have disliked. If anything, everything I try is like my new favorite. She's still, not that I've tried so many cream bronzers, but she still is my favorite cream bronzer formula. And I really feel like no one talks about it. Not the like Balm Contour product, her like cream bronzer. It is so good. If you haven't tried it and you like cream bronzer, try it. It is amazing. I'm even making myself want to buy it now. But anyway, this blush is absolutely what dreams are made of. And now I want every single shade, so that's fun. Okay, now I'm going to intensify this with my finger a little bit. Oh, I'm just having a real moment with this blush. I'm going out for drinks with my friend later. I'm really gonna be doing the absolute most. Sometimes it's funny because I feel like if I'm going like out with friends or like doing something with other people, sometimes, I mean, I still wear like bright makeup, but maybe I won't like film or something, like do something so bold because, or do like a really like crazy shape. Not that I do crazy shapes a lot, but you know what I mean. I'll just do my makeup in a quote-unquote like regular way for me. Because I don't know, sometimes it feels like a bit too much, but if I'm going to like the grocery store, going to do errands, this type of makeup never feels like too much. Or just to wear, it's not that I don't know. But anyway, I don't know if other people feel that way. I'm obsessed. And I really hate using that word, but I am. It's the most beautiful blush product I've tried. That's a lie. It's one of the more beautiful blush products I've tried. And I just posted my best blushes video today, and I hadn't used this yet. There will always be more, but wow. I could not be happier. Okay, powder time. I'm gonna take Maybelline Fit Me Loose Finishing Powder. Bake with this in the center of my face. And then I'm going to take some Hourglass powder, brush this bake away. And then I'm going to take the Sephora Microsmooth Multitasking Baked Face Powder and set my face. And look, it maintains its vibrancy even after being set. And then I'm going to go back with the Hourglass powder and lightly go over everything again. I'm going to use the NYX California Beamnin bronzer in the shade Free Spirit to bronze. I'm going to spray my face with the e.l.f. Glow Dewy Mist. And get oil absolutely everywhere. That is the thing about this e.l.f. spray. It doesn't make my skin look like, it doesn't give those spray kind of splotches on my skin, but everywhere around me gets little splashes of oil. And that is annoying enough that I would hesitate to recommend this spray, even if you really love dewy sprays, because everything gets oily. For highlight, I'm going to go again into the low light palette, and I'm going to use, like I said, the shade Synthwave right to there. And, well, we'll just see if it's going to be too dark or what. I feel like it'll be fine, especially because I have quite an intense cheek on. I actually am surprised because when I first saw this, I was like, oh, I'm not going to be able to use any of these as highlight on my face. But swatching them, they have a little bit more of a base pigment, which is in a way good because I think these shades are a little bit deeper overall. So I think they're probably going to work for more deeper skin tones as well, compared to a lot of highlight palettes or iridescent highlights that are just going to be too light on a lot of people. I don't feel like it's overly sparkly, but it's not like a really thick, opaque metallic. It's kind of in the middle. And I don't think that the base is too strong on this. So, very nice. And they have worked quite well as eyeshadows as well. Okay, for blush, I do have this Essence blush that I bought. It's in the shade, it's the Baked Blush, Pure Nude Baked Blush. These are new that they came out with in the shade Bold Heart, which does match this. Do I want to go in with something a little bit more muted to tone down this blush? No. Okay, I'm going to use this little highlight brush. Looks nice. I'll have to try this over either by itself or over, obviously, a blush that's not so bright, just to really see, like, whatever, how pigmented it is and all that kind of stuff, but it's working very well with this pink blush right now. It looks like a lot of the shades that they came out with are very similar, though, in this Essence line. Normally, I'm like, oh, I want to buy all the blushes, but I don't even feel that way about this because a lot of the blushes look very similar. Oh, it's not super pigmented. This is it swatched just lightly on my hand, so it's not like crazy pigment. Not like the Danessa Myricks one. To finish my lower lash line, I'm just going to take all of the same, oh my god, I don't even know if you can see, like, look how, no, you probably won't be able to, how oily that made my palette. This fucking spray, I swear to god, it's so annoying. Anyway, I'm gonna take, yeah, oh my god, look what just came. I don't know if that means anything to you. Here, now you can see. The Odin's Eye Perfect Worlds collection? Is that what it's called? Anyway, it's the Odin's Eye palettes. You know what they are. Which I guess I will be filming with tomorrow. And now there is a truck outside, such as my life's, and my camera is shortly going to die. So, all around, just thriving out here. Okay, so just to finish my lower lash line, oh, what? It's not even a garbage day or anything. Maybe it's a snow plow. Okay, taking the shade Journal from the Beauty Bay palette and deepening my lower lash line. And then I'm going to blend everything out with the shade He's Sorry from the Unearthly Weirdos palette. And then for my inner corners, while I still have you, before my camera dies, I'm going to take the shade Laser Beam from the Low Light Highlighting Palette. This is like a blue. I'm not quite sure if it has a pink to it. I'm going to spray that just so it sticks. I actually think that ties in quite well with the like blue and purple duochrome on the inner part of my eye. And then I'm going to actually take the shade ACI 12 from the Adept Plain Jane palette, this hot pink, and just put this on the inner part of my lower lash line because I feel like it. And then I'm going to take the shade I Bind You, which is the matte black from the Weirdos palette, and put this in my outer corners. And honestly, I'm just going to leave it here for now because my camera's going to die and all I have to do is add some brow gel and put my freckles on. And then the look is going to be done anyway. So I'm going to put this black in my outer corner, put some brow gel through my brows, and put on my freckles and then show you the finished look. Okay, and this is the finished look. On my lips, I have the Makeup Forever Makeup Forever Artist Color Pencil in Endless Cacao, and the ColourPop Lippy Pencil in Ashton, and the Unearthly Cosmetics, what is this? Just the lip gloss in Cupid. They did send me some of their satin liquid lipsticks, yes, and 2 lip glosses. So the lip gloss that like I said, is the shade Cupid. I've swatched the ones that they sent me on my arm. So this is Ava, Gianna, Mandy, and Aura. And then these 2 glosses are Cupid, which is what I'm wearing, and Glint. So I mean, look at Ava. Are you fucking kidding me? Mandy. So I'm very excited to use those satin liquid lipsticks especially. Oh, they look so pretty. But the lip gloss looks really, really nice. I mean, first impressions wise, it looks really nice. It doesn't feel sticky at all. Nice and shiny. I mean, sometimes I feel like there's only so many ways you can describe a lip gloss, but it feels really nice. So I want to say thank you to Unearthly for sending me these things, especially after my video. Not that I thought, I mean, I don't think it was necessarily super overcritical, but it wasn't like glowing, I will say. And my eyeliner did incredibly get away from me. It's going like full Adele in a way that I don't love, but one swipe, one wrong swipe of your hand and everything gets fucked. So anyway, thank you for watching this video. Trying some new products and also using some old ones. I feel like the true shining star of this video is this Danessa Myricks blush. I love it. I am so in love with it and I want every single shade, but I cannot wait to use this more. It was love at first application. I definitely need to play more with this Essence blush. I think it's nice, but maybe I'm not blown away by it, but it's also a little bit difficult to tell when it's over like a more pigmented blush. Anyway, and yeah, I really like this look apart from the eyeliner, but you know, it is what it is. Very pink. I'm really gonna be slaying at the bar tonight. And oh my god, no one was even gonna tell me I had a seed in my tooth. On that note, thank you for watching this chaotic get ready with me. I would love to see you in my next video. Bye.